It hits you harder than you ever imagined. She walks away, and suddenly, it feels like the world is collapsing. The pain cuts deeper than you thought possible. But here's the thing. It's not because she was irreplaceable. It's because you gave her the power to make you feel this way. You handed her the control over your peace, your happiness, your life. That's where it all went wrong. You allowed her to define your worth. But now you're realizing something important. You're not broken. You're waking up. You're beginning to understand that this pain isn't about her. It's about you. It's about you finally seeing the truth. You've been giving away your power for too long. You've been tying your worth to someone who wasn't even in your corner. You're not helpless in this situation. In fact, this is the start of something much bigger than you think. The Stoic wisdom teaches us that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The pain you feel right now is real, but it's only temporary, and it's rooted in the stories you've been telling yourself. It's time to stop living in the fantasy that someone else's actions control your peace. Take control back. Your journey to real strength begins right now. It's not about her, it's about you. Your awakening, your growth, your rise. You have the power to change everything from this moment onward. So if you're done giving away your power, comment "I choose strength" below. Let's rise together. You didn't love her, you were dependent on her. That's a hard truth, but it's the truth. You see, emotional dependency is the slowest and most dangerous form of self-destruction. It creeps in quietly, like a slow poison, and before you know it, you've given away the very thing that makes you who you are. Your peace, your stability, your sense of self. The worst part? She didn't take your peace from you. You handed it over. Every time you waited for her validation, every time you put your happiness in her hands, you allowed her to control how you felt. You allowed her to be the reason you woke up in the morning, or why you couldn't sleep at night. That wasn't love. That was dependency. And it's a trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of pain and self-doubt. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the core of it all. Freedom isn't about what others do or don't do. It's about being the master of your own mind, your own emotions, and your own life. If you've ever found yourself spiraling because of something she said or didn't say, or because you're wondering why she didn't text back, that's a clear sign of emotional dependency. You've given up control, and with it, your freedom. The love you thought you were feeling wasn't love at all. It was the illusion of love, created by your need for her approval, her attention, her presence. What you need to understand is that emotional dependency isn't just a minor issue. It's a silent killer of your potential. It drains your energy and keeps you stuck in a loop of chasing after something that was never yours to begin with. The more you depend on someone else to feel whole, the further you move away from the truth that you are already complete. You've been giving her emotional credit, investing in someone who didn't deserve it. And now you're left with an empty account, wondering where it all went. But here's the powerful shift you can make right now. It starts with withdrawing that emotional credit. Stop investing your emotional energy into something that is draining you. Reclaim your peace, your clarity, your life. It's time to reinvest, but not in her. Reinvest in your purpose. What is it that drives you? What makes you feel alive, independent, and strong? Reconnect with that. Put your energy into growing your mind, your body, and your future. Start pouring that emotional credit into something that adds value to your life, something that makes you feel powerful, not powerless. When you stop depending on someone else for your happiness, you begin to realize just how much power you've always had within yourself. You are not dependent on anyone. You are complete as you are, and it's time to live like it. Detachment isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about self-preservation. You might have convinced yourself that holding on to the past, to her, is a form of love or devotion. But it's not. It's hurting you. She left, and as painful as it is, you have to accept that. Acceptance doesn't mean you're okay with it. It just means you're acknowledging reality for what it is. The first step on the Stoic path is acceptance, not of the situation, but of the fact that you can't change it. When you stop resisting what's happened, when you stop pretending that you can control her actions, you free yourself. You've been replaying the conversations over and over in your mind, haven't you? The words she said, the things you wish you had said. It's like a broken ritual that only makes the pain worse. But the truth is, replaying these conversations is not helping you heal. It's keeping you stuck. Every time you go over those moments, you're giving power to something that no longer exists. It's a loop that keeps you from moving forward. You are not a victim of her choice. You are the author of your reaction. You get to decide how you respond to this situation. And that's where your power lies. One of the most important methods to detachment is to remove the constant reminders. Stop looking at pictures of her. Don't keep her messages on your phone. These reminders aren't helping you move on. They're anchoring you to the past. It's like trying to walk forward while you're looking behind you. It doesn't work. You need to cut that digital leash. Delete her from your social media. Stop checking on her life and stop comparing it to yours. This digital connection keeps you tied to her in ways you don't even realize. The more you let go, the more space you create for yourself to heal. Another powerful way to detach is by creating daily solitude rituals. This isn't about isolating yourself from the world. It's about taking time for yourself, to reconnect with your inner strength. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply being alone with your thoughts, find what helps you regain control over your emotions. These rituals aren't about avoiding your feelings. They're about learning to sit with them, to face them without letting them control you. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed." What he meant was, you have the power to decide how you're going to react to what life throws at you. If you choose to feel hurt, you will. But if you choose to accept what happened, learn from it, and move on, you can free yourself. Detachment doesn't make you cold or unfeeling. It makes you strong. It gives you the space to heal, to grow, and to rise above the pain. It's not about rejecting your emotions. It's about not letting them control your life. Every no in life isn't just a rejection. It's a new path forming. When she rejected you, it hurt, but it also gave you an opportunity to evolve. Rejection, though painful, is often the universe's way of redirecting you toward something better, something more aligned with who you are becoming. Instead of focusing on the hurt, shift your perspective. Reframe the pain you feel. Pain isn't a sign of failure. It's the forge, and you are the metal. Just like a blacksmith shapes metal in the heat of the forge, you are being shaped in the heat of this pain. It's uncomfortable now, but it's helping you become stronger, more resilient, and more in tune with your true self. The Stoics teach us the power of embracing fate. They call it amor fati, which means loving your fate, no matter how it unfolds. The idea is simple. Whatever happens, happens for a reason. Even the difficult, painful moments have a purpose. When you can love your fate, you stop fighting against what is and start working with it. You stop seeing challenges as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's just a part of the process. It's the universe's way of redirecting you to the path that's truly meant for you. The things that don't align with your purpose, like this relationship, are actually blessings to lose. As painful as it is, losing something that wasn't right for you frees up space for something better to come into your life. To help shift your mindset, take some time to reflect on what you've gained from her leaving. I know it might feel impossible right now, but this exercise is powerful. Journal at least 10 things you've gained or lessons you've learned from this experience. It could be anything from a better understanding of what you want in a partner, to a deeper connection with your own strength, to the realization that you deserve someone who truly values you. When you look at the situation from this perspective, you start to see that the loss isn't really a loss at all. It's a step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. Rejection can be painful, but it's also a gift. If you allow it to be. Every no pushes you toward a more authentic and fulfilling yes. You weren't in love with her. You were addicted to the idea of her. You built a fantasy in your mind, a picture of who she was, what she represented, and how she was meant to complete you. But that's not who she really was. It's time to strip away the illusion and see her for who she truly is. Not your savior, not your soulmate, not someone who could fill a void in your life. The problem is that we often get caught up in romantic idealism. We place people on pedestals and imagine they're the answer to our problems, when in reality, they're just people with their own flaws and imperfections. This kind of fantasy blinds us to the truth. It makes us think that someone else can complete us, when the truth is, no one can do that but ourselves. Seneca once said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." It's a reminder that life is full of challenges and losses, and it's unrealistic to think that one person can solve everything. The Stoic response to this is clear-eyed truth, radical clarity about the way things really are. When you remove the fantasy, you can finally see the situation for what it truly is. She wasn't the answer, and she never could have been. The answer has always been within you. It's time to let go of the fantasy you created and focus on building a solid foundation for your own life. Burn the fantasy to the ground. Let go of the illusion that someone else could provide the happiness, peace, and fulfillment that you can only give yourself. The process might be painful, but it's necessary for growth. Once you let go of these unrealistic expectations, you'll start to see the world more clearly. You'll understand that your worth isn't tied to anyone else, and that you have the power to create the life you want, regardless of anyone else's actions or decisions. This is your foundation now, not a person, not a fantasy, but the clear, unshakable truth of who you are and what you're capable of. Where your focus goes, your life follows. This simple truth is the key to taking control of your life. Right now, your energy is being drained by distractions. Her, social media, pointless drama, all of it pulling you in different directions, making you lose sight of what truly matters. It's time to stop leaking energy. You need to create a schedule so intense that the things and people that used to hold so much power over you, like her, become irrelevant. The more you focus on your growth, the less room there is for anything that doesn't serve your purpose. Start by building habits that demand your attention, habits that are grounded in your values and goals. Cold showers, lifting weights, reading, philosophy, and improving your financial literacy. These become your new gospel. Each of these practices demands discipline, and that discipline will start to reshape your life. It's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about learning to embrace it. These tasks will form the bedrock of your new life, and the more you commit to them, the less space there will be for anything else to disrupt your peace. Set clear, actionable goals each day. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with dozens of tasks. Choose 3 goals per day. Simple, intentional goals that move you forward. And stick to them. No excuses. One of the most important changes you need to make is to implement a strict no-contact policy. Stop allowing the past to keep a hold on you through texts, calls, or social media. The more you cut out these distractions, the more you'll reclaim your power. Whenever you feel the urge to emotionally spiral, replace it with a physical task. Go for a run, lift weights, or immerse yourself in a good book. Every time you redirect your energy into something productive, you reinforce your sense of control. You begin to build a fortress of focus around yourself, and with each brick, you become stronger. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the foundation of personal growth. You don't need to wait for someone or something to change in order to move forward. Decide who you want to be, and then take action every single day toward becoming that person. Your focus is your power. Protect it and watch your life transform. Emotion is fleeting, but discipline is eternal. Too often, we let a passing feeling dictate our actions. But if you allow a temporary emotion to control your decisions, you risk ruining a permanent future. Emotions come and go, but the choices you make while in the grip of them can have lasting consequences. That's why it's vital to train yourself to respond, not react. Reacting is an emotional impulse. Responding is a mindful choice. The Stoic principle of respond, never react teaches us that the key to mastery is in how we choose to act in the face of discomfort. When you start to practice this, you gain control over your life instead of letting your emotions control you. One of the best ways to build this discipline is through a solid morning routine. Think of it as your spiritual armor, something that prepares you to face the day with purpose and clarity. When you wake up and start your day with intentional actions, you set the tone for everything that follows. This is where you begin to train your mind to not be swayed by whatever life throws your way. Whether it's a cold shower, meditation, exercise, or reading, the morning routine becomes the anchor that holds you steady throughout the chaos of the day. The man who trains his mind becomes untouchable. It doesn't matter what happens outside of you because inside you are rock solid. Your mind is your greatest tool, and the more you sharpen it, the less vulnerable you become to emotional outbursts or distractions. You will find yourself facing challenges with a calm, controlled mindset, no longer allowing fleeting feelings to disrupt your inner peace. To ensure you stay on track, ask yourself 2 important questions every day. Did I show up? Did I feed the weakness or the warrior? These questions aren't just about physical effort, but about your mental and emotional engagement. Did you show up to the fight with the strength and focus to improve? Or did you give in to excuses and distractions? Did you nourish the part of you that wants to grow? Or did you feed the part that wants to stay weak? Answering these questions daily will keep you grounded in your purpose and remind you that discipline is what will carry you through, not fleeting feelings. Chasing is a sign of desperation, and it never leads to anything good. When you chase after something or someone, it's like you're admitting that you don't have control over your own life, that your happiness is in the hands of someone else. But true power lies in attraction, not in chasing. Attraction is about being so focused on your own growth, purpose, and strength that others are naturally drawn to you. It's a dominant energy, where you become a magnet for the right people and situations, without ever having to beg for attention. Every time you send a message after she's already walked away, you lower your worth, not in her eyes, but in your own. You're telling yourself that you need validation from someone who no longer values you, which only deepens the pain. Instead, let your silence speak for you. Silence is a powerful message. It's not about playing games or being petty. It's about showing self-respect. By staying silent, you take back control over your own emotions and show that you don't need to chase after anyone to feel complete. It's a sign that you're done begging for attention that isn't being given freely. The truth is, the woman who walks away from someone with true value has revealed her own blindness. She may not see the worth you have to offer, but that's not something you can change. You can't force someone to see your value, and you shouldn't have to. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that self-respect is the fruit of discipline. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. It's in saying no to the urge to chase, to beg, and to settle for less than you deserve that you begin to grow in self-respect. When you start respecting yourself in this way, you'll stop chasing after things that don't align with your purpose, and instead start attracting what truly belongs in your life. Let her remember the boy you were, the one who was hurt, confused, and uncertain about his worth. But don't let that version of you define who you are now. The man you become should be unrecognizable to her, not because of spite, but because of the growth and strength you found in yourself. Every tear she caused you is now a drop of sweat in your transformation, a reminder that the pain you once felt was the catalyst for something greater. It's in those moments of hardship that you've built resilience, and now you use that pain as fuel to rise higher than before. Focus on improving yourself in every way possible. Your mind, your body, your financial future, and your purpose in life. These are the things that should command your attention and effort now. Don't waste time looking back or wishing for what's already gone. The energy you spend on her is better invested in becoming the best version of yourself. Strengthen your mind by reading, learning, and challenging your thoughts. Take care of your body, not just for looks, but for the vitality and energy that will carry you through every challenge life throws at you. Build your financial independence so that you can live on your own terms, free from anyone's influence, and focus on your mission in life. What drives you, what makes you feel alive, what gives you purpose. Remember, she's not your closure. Your evolution is. The only closure you need is the one you give yourself when you realize that you don't need anyone else to complete you. The man you're becoming is the one you should be proud of, and he's worth everything you're putting into this transformation. She didn't break you. What she did was reveal the parts of you that needed healing, the parts you weren't paying attention to. You were never hers to begin with. You were always on your own journey, always in the process of becoming the person you were meant to be. The truth is, your value was never up for negotiation, and it never should have been. You are not defined by anyone else's actions or opinions. Your worth is yours, and no one can take that away from you unless you let them. If you're ready to claim your power back, drop a comment saying, "I choose strength." That's the first step in taking control of your life again, in becoming the strong, resilient person you were always meant to be. Remember, as the Stoics teach us, he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. The real battle is with yourself, and when you win that battle, nothing in the world can defeat you. If you believe in the power of rebuilding, of turning pain into strength, and of transforming into an unshakable warrior, support this message. Together we can rise from the ashes of the past and create a future that's stronger than we ever imagined.